You're listening to Coast to Coast with Art Bell. It was supposed to be Coast to Coast with John B. Wells, but no. They tell me my perfect low radio voice apparently is putting too many of you to sleep. So now Art Bell is back. Something about wanting the show to be entertaining. West of the Rockies, call 1-800-ART-BELL. East of the Rockies, hell, I don't care anymore who you call. I'm going back to where I'm wanted. Back to my internet podcast for insomniacs. I even have a sponsor, NyQuil Sleep Aid, so take that, Art. Well, here he is, a legend in his own mind, Art Bell. Good evening, good morning, wherever you may be across this vast land. I'm Art Bell, and you're listening to Coast to Coast. Tonight on the program, I have one of our regular guests who's coming back on the show to give us an overview of a new project she's working on. Miss Karen Blakeman, president of Women in Business in Sacramento, California. As I understand it, Karen, you are now one of your projects you've recently been working on is with the American Cancer Society. Yes, Art, that's correct. We're teaming up with the American Cancer Society and Truth About Tobacco. You've probably seen their commercial. Yeah, the ones that are kind of like trying to scare you straight about smoking. Yeah, Art. And basically, we're also coordinating our project through various police departments, law enforcement agencies, and what we're doing is basically family authorized forced interventions with cigarette smokers, where we are having them designated 5150. And hold on a second. Yeah. See, I used to smoke myself, and I'm trying to follow you here. You're saying you would have them declared 5150. As most people know, especially in California, that's the code. Yeah, it's the code for someone who is mentally ill. So you're saying you're working with the American Cancer Society with a project that is considering cigarette smokers retarded. Yeah, that's right. Art, they're retarded. Yeah, Art, can I speak a little bit? Could you not interrupt me? I'm trying to explain, and you keep. Well, I'm just saying, how can you call a cigarette smoker mentally ill or retarded? Well, Art, I mean, they're not full blown, ride the little bus to school retarded. I mean, they're basically more and more research is showing that they are mildly retarded, if anything at all. With all that we know about the dangers of cigarette smoking, how it is one of the leading causes of premature death in America, to still decide to smoke a cigarette, you have to be, at least a little bit retarded. I'm really kind of shocked that you would even say something that, I mean, that's pretty. You think it's politically incorrect? Well, I think it'd be worse than politically incorrect. I mean, that is extremely insulting to a cigarette smoker. Well, Art, look, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of seeing the mentally handicapped ignored in our country, and I personally want to protect them. I really want to help them. I mean, wouldn't you help someone who was clearly suicidal, standing on the rail of, say, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco? Would you tell them to just go ahead and jump? Of course not. But how can you compare that to a cigarette smoker? Well, I mean, we walk right by someone who is clearly unstable and suicidal. How are you jumping to the conclusion that a cigarette smoker would be unstable and furthermore suicidal? Well, because they're killing themselves. they know they're killing themselves. They're telling the world, I want to kill myself. And would you just, I mean, here they are right in front of you committing suicide. Would you walk right by them and just shake your head and go, jump, just jump? I'm really having a bit of difficulty, drawing the parallel here. No, art, I mean, it's figuratively speaking, they're on the Golden Gate Bridge. They may not die within, 5 seconds or however long it takes to hit the water. They might die over the course of 20, 30, 40 years, but still, they're killing themselves right in front of you. What are we going to do? Basically just walk by and shake our heads and say, F you, and go ahead and jump. No, we're not. Nobody's doing that by not confronting someone for smoking a cigarette. Yes, we are, Art. We're basically telling them, F you. We're providing no net, just like the San Francisco City Council, have not been able to agree to put up a net. They all thought about it at one point, and I thought it was a great idea. They could put up a net there for those people who jump off the bridge. And, yeah, but, I mean, what are they going to do? How often, you're going to have people who jumped out and they're, now hung. They were going to die by jumping into the water, and now they're dying a much more painful, horrible death by getting hung up in the net. And, I mean, it was just, well, at least I don't think that would happen. I think I could design a net where, they would land in it, and then every few days they could come out and collect them. Oh, I can't believe you're saying this, Karen. I mean, you're being silly, aren't you? Well, we could do something. I think a net could be designed just like they have for the circus and stuff, and people could come and toss food to them. What are they going to do? Come and toss Twinkies to them? Well, now Twinkies are no longer, I guess, Hostess is going under, but can we move on, Karen, about the cigarette smokers? We're really digressing here. Yeah, but I'm just saying, if we walk by a cigarette smoker and we shake our head and say, F you, no, Karen, nobody's doing that. No one's saying, can you stop saying that? Well, I feel like that's what we're doing when we don't confront them and try to help them. And so that's what my program is designed to do, is intervene with the family, asking us to do so. We don't do, the family comes to us and asks for our help. And it isn't only just for the good of the smoker. It is for the greater good of business in our community, because smokers are not good consumers. As long as they smoke, they aren't buying goods and services like a productive American citizen needs to. If they can even hold a job as a smoker, with more and more employers tired of their constantly going on break to go try to kill themselves some more, seeing them so unproductive and looking to hire non-smokers, if they can hold their job, they spend all their disposable income on cigarettes. They're not good American consumers, and our program rehabilitates them in that regard as well. So can I give out the website, Art? Yes, absolutely, Karen. I think now is a good time to do that, so go right ahead. Okay, it's www.American Institute of Chimpanzee Therapy for, hold on, chimpanzee therapy. Yeah, I know, Art. I'm going to get to how we're using monkeys in this program to help, but all right, go ahead. Okay, it's www.American Institute of Chimpanzee Therapy for the rehabilitation of mentally retarded. Hold on, Karen. Are you still giving out the website? I've talked to you about this before. When you've been on the program before, I thought by now that you would have learned you don't give out an entire paragraph for a website. Art, like I told you before, I did not pay you $10,000 for that advice. Okay, you paid a consultant $10,000 for the advice that should be your website? Yes, Art, and I don't want to hear from you that you would have given me $10. You would have taken $10 from me for your advice. Okay, well, I wouldn't take mean, I would charge you, what, I guess maybe $1,000, but I mean, you'd save considerably, and I would tell you that you need to just keep it really simple, all right? Well, look, Art, I want to give it out so we can move on. All right, but look, don't give out the 3 W's. Everybody knows, at least shorten it, you know, don't start with a W. Everybody knows it's 3 W's first. Look, Art, like I told you before, I want to give out the W's. For crying out loud, Karen. Go on. Let's get through this. Somehow, I pray to God we can get through this interview. Art, you don't have to be rude. Okay, here we go. www.American Institute of Chimpanzee Therapy for the Rehabilitation of Mentally Retarded Cigarette Smokers.com. And I just want to make sure I clear it up. That's all one word, no spaces. Okay, Karen, all one word. All one paragraph. Art, I could hear the gratuitous sarcasm there. You know, I graciously came on when you needed a guest, okay? And so please, can you be a little nicer to me? Okay, Karen, well, please clear up what in God's name is going on with monkeys in this? What are you doing to chimpanzees? I almost am afraid to ask. Okay, I admit that it's controversial, and it's called chimpanzee therapy. And at first, I too had trouble with the concept until I realized that these special chimpanzees were volunteering themselves to serve the greater good of humanity. Much like the chimpanzees in the space program and the ones that have helped in you know, research trials to cure diseases like cancer. We get chimpanzees hooked on Camel cigarettes. On Camel cigarettes. Karen, my God, you can't do that to animals. What are you thinking? Look, Art, at first, like I said, I had a problem with it too, but I realized that these chimpanzees were serving humanity in a way that moved me, that just moved me to tears. You know, they're helping rehabilitate humans who are addicted to something that's killing them, and this program has proven to be 100% effective. Basically, you know, the cigarette smoker is forced to spend a month sharing a living space with a male chimpanzee who wants those cigarettes. There's only 1 pack of cigarettes each day that we drop in the hole, the little slot in the door, and you know, you spend a month sharing a living space, you know, that's the size of a studio apartment, and you share that living space with a male chimpanzee who wants your Camel cigarettes more than you do, and you'll come out at the end of that month smarter than the chimp. You know, I mean, before you went in there, you weren't smarter than the chimp. You know, you wanted those cigarettes just as bad, but you come out no longer being retarded. Karen, I swear to God, if you don't stop calling cigarette smokers retarded, all right, what are you going to do, hang up on me? Well, I'm going to tell you that I think you're retarded, okay? I can't believe he said that, Art. That's so childish. Oh, but it's not childish for you to call cigarette smokers retarded. Well, I clarified that. I told you at the start of the show that I'm not saying they rode the little bus to school. I said they're mildly retarded. We're not talking Rain Man, okay, Dustin Hoffman Rain Man type of retarded. But they're mildly, something's wrong with them. You know, they have a mild form of retardation, because for them to know the dangers of cigarette smoking and to still go ahead and do it, it's clear that they are. So, now look, Karen, the cigarette, I mean, to have these chimpanzees, they're addicted to these cigarettes and wanting them that bad. I mean, we've seen what kind of horrible attacks chimpanzees commit in the news. Yeah, but see, those were chimps who were not smokers. Chimps who are smokers are like people who are smokers. They're all they care about is smoking, and therefore they just want to kill themselves in a slow, torturous death. They want to kill themselves. They don't want to kill you or rip you apart like one of the non-smoking regular chimps do, unless you come between them and their cigarettes. But the smoker in our rehab program quickly figures out that he or she doesn't want to have their face ripped off. You know, they wanted to kill themselves, but that they didn't want to do it that kind of violent way. And so they quickly realize that they don't want to meet that kind of face ripped off fate, and they don't want to be defiled in ways that I'd rather not describe on your show. Yeah, I'd rather you not describe it on my show also. Okay, Karen, my God, can't believe we're talking about this. If you just tuned into the program, I'm Art Bell, and you're listening to Coast to Coast. My guest on the program tonight is Ms. Karen Blakeman, President of Women in Business in Sacramento, California. And Karen is talking with us about a new project she's working on in tandem with Truth About Tobacco. And also the American Cancer Society is working with us too. We've received some funding from them, some federal grant. You've received federal grant money for this program? Yes. Also, we're working with the police as well. You're working with law enforcement on this? Yeah. Well, because they're declared 5150 by family, you know, the law enforcement comes out to assist us. Like I said, the way it works is the family certifies the mentally ill smoker as a danger to themselves, and we then have the police respond. They come out and stand by under the 5150 statutes, and the smoker is restrained in our rehabilitation van. You actually have a rehabilitation van that you put them in restraints and confine them in? Art, it's for their own good. We're not going to tell them, F you, just jump, okay? Last week, we actually had to use pepper spray on a poor African American with a pack of cool menthols outside the First Baptist Church of Fair Oaks. You maced somebody in your intervention, Karen? You've got to be kidding me. Sometimes we have to use less than lethal force to save a life. I mean, that's how retarded these smokers are. They'd rather get tasered than to quit smoking, Art. Matter of fact, as I'm talking to you right now, we're on a pickup. We're just now pulling up. The family has authorized us to intervene with someone who is the manager here of a 7-Eleven in Rancho Cucamonga. They've signed the release, and every 30 minutes, they say, like clockwork, he comes out to try to kill himself some more with a cigarette. And, you know, whether there's customers waiting or not, he leaves them in the store to go out there and do this right in front of them, and they have to watch him trying to kill himself with cigarettes. And we're not going to let this go on anymore. Okay, yeah, Joe, pull up by that blue Toyota van. That's probably his van. I'm sorry, Art. We're pulling up now, and here comes the police. Good, they've got 3 cars. Yeah, Sergeant, yeah, I see your stripes. Yeah, that's him right there. He's coming out now, the big guy. 6'5", yeah, 300 pounds. You're going to need some backup. Good. Karen, can you stay with me here? I need you to stay focused. Yeah, Art, I'm sorry. I had to give the police a description. He's a big guy, 6'5", 300 pounds. This is not going to be... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. They're taking him down now, Art. He lit the cigarette up. The police moved in. 5 of them are trying to take him down. He's refusing to comply. Oh, my God, they just tased him. Oh, Art, this is horrible. He won't drop the cigarette. He still has that lucky strike in his mouth. Karen, I can't believe this. I really can't. This is unbelievable that you're actually engaging this kind of violence with these poor people. Art, we're trying to help this man. I mean, when was the last time you saw a person with Down syndrome, autism, or cerebral palsy smoking a cigarette? You don't. And if you saw someone that retarded trying to kill themselves, surely you would take action to help them, even against their will. Cigarette smokers don't have the common sense of someone with Down syndrome to leave cigarettes alone. He still has that lucky strike in his mouth. Art, he's got lips like a vice. All right, that's it. I swear to God, I've had enough. All right, thank you. Thank you, Karen. That's it. Well, can I give out the website one more time, please? You're going to have to make it quick. I don't know how you're going to do it because we only have a couple of seconds left. But, okay, I just want to get it out one more time. It's www. All right, that's it. I'm tired of hearing the W's. Good night, Karen. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Art Bell, and you've been listening to Coast to Coast.